Kike Hernandez is Reggie Jackson in October. I don't know what that's all about.
Understand it. He has like a 100 batting average for 162 games, and all of a sudden it turns October, he's batting 400. You're just like, what the happened to this guy?
Welcome back, Benchwarmers. October baseball is the best.
Man, you're not wrong. We are 14, count them, 14 days away from Game 1 of the World Series. I'm Brendan, anyone but LA.
I'm Corey, seize the moment, and this is Our View from the Bench.
Before we get started, if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss any one of the new episodes.
Also, if you could please do us the favor, if you like what you see or hear, please don't forget to smash that like button.
Smash it for us. Come on, it's free. It's free for you. It's free for us. Helps out the channel a lot more than you probably think.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man, Corey. Oof. We started trying to record this episode about an hour ago. But we wanted to kind of talk about what the ALCS matchup would be about. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who are watching, 15 innings later, we finally figured out who the Blue Jays would be playing. So we're starting the recording a little bit late tonight, but I'm still pumped for it. So let's kind of get into baseball, October baseball.
My favorite time of year, October. We got baseball playoffs. Hockey's just started. Basketball's around the corner. We're 6 weeks into the NFL season.
Football's full swing.
Starting to figure out who is going to be maybe having a chance or not. Titans and Cardinals or not. But October baseball is why we're here, which is my favorite. So let's do this thing.
Stoked. So we're gonna get a couple things here. Obviously, there's now been 3 of the DS series that have concluded. We got one more, Game 5 tomorrow night. We'll talk about that. Talk about our predictions for see who pulls off that Game 5, and then we'll see about the World Series matchups, and maybe we'll make a slight reference to the beginning predictions of this season for each of us. So let's kick it off. I mean, we can start with the AL bracket, since obviously that's the game that we just watched. Let's switch it. I know we have the number 1 first, but I want to talk about this game that just finished.
I'm with you, man.
5 full games. Detroit, Seattle. It was a battle all the way through. Seattle winning the first one. Seattle winning the second. Or no. Yeah.
No, Detroit won. Actually, yeah. I screwed that up, didn't I?
Yeah.
Detroit
then
won.
Seattle won. Then Detroit won. It's been back and forth. Game 5 in Seattle. Here we are. And why would it conclude in 9 innings? Why wouldn't it go 15? In fact, we had to look up what was the longest game ever because it was taking so dang long. 18 is the record for those of you who are interested. 18 is the record. 3 different postseason games have gone to 18 innings. So we're a little shy here. Nothing to be bad, but great series nonetheless, no?
Yeah, I mean, I can't get enough of October baseball. I hate that they do the 2 games on. Everybody started on Saturday. We had 4 games, and then 2 games on Sunday and 2 games on. Everybody should play every day. I love the day games, even if it's a weekday. I don't care. I love watching baseball at 10 a.m. in the office. It's playoff baseball. This is great. So
not everybody works in sports and gets to watch on an office, Corey.
I know, but it does help working in sports, so people are more understanding at my office.
Sure.
But yeah, great series. Cal Raleigh, who we hope and think is going to be the MVP of the regular season, didn't have much of a series. Pitching in this Game 5 was magnificent. Kirby 5 shutout. He went into the 6th. Skubal 6. I think he gave up the 1 run.
Yep. 13 strikeouts, which is the most in a winner-take-all game, I think.
Yeah, and I think he had 7 in a row at one point. So he was.
That thing's insane, bro.
Dude, Skubal. That's why I kind of thought the Tigers might have a chance to make a run because with him and Flaherty at the top of the rotation, I thought that was it. But I mean, they got as far as they did as last year as well. But Seattle, man, this is just, I don't know, it feels a little bit like their year, but that's what they thought in 2001 when they got to the ALCS the last time. We know how that went. So,
and Flaherty was dealing tonight too. Like he looked good in extras.
Talking to himself every pitch.
Oh, bro, I love that dude. I think it's so hilarious. Good for him. Good for him. He's mad at somebody, and I like it. I'm assuming it's the batter, but yeah, right. So the Mariners, they're either taking on the Yankees, and the Yankees are flying in, or they're flying to Canada. And well, honestly, Toronto made light work of them, of the Yanks, because, and I was happy about it. 10-1 game 1, 13-7 game 2. New York pulled one out in New York, fine, whatever. And then Toronto took care of business in game 3. My favorite thing about this series, before you go, because mine's going to be short, is just how much shit Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is talking. I love it. I mean, I've never been a Yankees fan, and it's just fun to hear him just clown on him. And you hear him listening to the New York song in the clubhouse afterward. Oh, bro, it's just good. That's my favorite part. So, what'd you like about this series?
I mean, I'm with you, Vladimir Guerrero. My God, I mean, I think he batted like 670 in the series. He just had a grand slam. Him and his father are now the first father-son duo to have a grand slam in a playoff game, which is amazing.
That's cool.
I don't know. The Blue Jays are good. They're solid. There's not a lot of weakness in their lineup. I feel like they're more of a balanced team compared to the Dodgers, who are more heavy hitters on the top, the big guys, and then a couple small guys. Toronto's pretty solid all the way through. I think the Shane Bieber addition at the deadline to the pitching staff.
Big.
Now, he hadn't pitched all year until then because of the recovery from the season before injury, but he's been huge. Gosman's been great this year. Their bullpen has been lights out. I think going through the AL East and the Red Sox and the Yankees, 13 times each, that kind of prepares you for October baseball.
True, even the Rays, bro, they're always a tough team. Yeah,
true, yeah. And Toronto this has been the same squad a couple years. They've kind of been building up to this, and I think adding George Springer a couple years ago, regardless of his history with the Astros, he was on a team that won. So having that veteran guy there with some experience in the playoffs and going deep is nice. I'm excited about Toronto. I feel good about them. Toronto, Seattle, lots of traveling back and forth. That's a long distance.
Literally the opposite ends of the freaking country. Yeah.
But I mean, just a great matchup. I think MLB, they're the top two teams in the AL for this year. So it's the two best teams. I can't wait. I know a lot of people who are, unless you're a super baseball guy like me, probably nobody knows who the managers are, Schneider and Wilson, but I love October baseball, and the Blue Jays have something going. And I feel like they never got to where I hoped they got when they had that run with Jose Fernandez, right? The guy with that walk-off.
Bautista.
Thank you. Guy got punched by Odor. That team
was crazy, bro.
So bad. Odor hit him so bad. But that team that Toronto had during that time when they brought in Chapman at third, and they brought in Tulowitzki to play short at the back end of his career. They had a really good.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I forgot about him.
Great team. They just couldn't get over the hump, and I really hope this is the chance. And Vladimir Guerrero Sr. made it to a World Series, but lost to the Giants when he was on the Rangers. So I'm kind of hoping Guerrero Jr. can get there and get the Guerrero family a World Series ring.
Where was he in 2000? When did he get to the Angels?
Let's see. He was in the Angels, I want to say like 04 to like 09. And then he went to Texas and lost in the World Series against the Giants. I want to say that was either 10 or 12. Can't remember. They beat Detroit.
In 2002, yeah, he was still in Montreal.
Okay, yeah. So I'm trying to think of what year the Rangers lost the World Series. That was 10 to the Giants and 11 to St. Louis. So he was on the 10. Rangers in 2010.
Yes.
And the biggest issue with that was that Guerrero in San Francisco had to play the outfield, and at that point in his career, he was not very good and not very fast out there. And it kind of
he was solely a designated hitter for the Angels at the end of his career, and that was even after that. So
exactly. So felt bad for him. Him and Beltre never got one, but good team. But anyway, back to the Blue Jays. I'm stoked. I'm excited. I'm ready for this series. Blue Jays Mariners. I can't wait for it to start. Was it Sunday night? Oh, I'm super stoked. Can't wait. I don't know how.
I'm not gonna lie
about the Mariners.
Depending on who is playing Sunday Night Football, I probably am going to miss this one.
Yeah. Well, see, that's where the second screen comes into effect. One TV has the game, the computer has another, the phone has something else. Multiple screens. So
Lions at Arrowhead. Yeah, I'm going to be missing the Blue Jays game.
Football's on the TV, baseball's on the laptop for me.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's probably what I'll be. Something similar to that. Yeah, all right. Okay, but before we get into the championship series, because we'll give a little bit of a prediction, let's talk about the NL bracket. Obviously, the Dodgers, unfortunately, finished off the Phillies in an odd way in extras as well. For some reason, that pitcher forgot what he learned in T-ball and decided to fumble the ball like it was a freaking butt fumble from Mark Sanchez, and then simultaneously not know what to do with it afterwards. Like, even if it was a good throw to home, it would have been at least a better idea. But who were you throwing it to? Real Muto's pointing at first base to try to help you where to throw, and you just blunder it. So
I think, and I mean, obviously there's a lot going on in that moment. But before that pitch is thrown, and if I'm the pitcher, I got to realize, if I get the ball, I'm going to first.
What am I doing with it? Right.
Because the guys on the bases, as soon as the ball is hit on contact, they're going to be running. So you're not going to have a chance to get them.
And they're leading off.
Exactly. So your best chance is getting Pages at first base. And if you
got all 90 feet,
Pages was not running out of the box quickly, because as soon as he hit that ball down to him, he thought, oh shit, it's gonna be a ground ball and I'm out. And then, as you talked about, he fumbled it. But even with the fumble,
he still could have had him.
Throw it to first. By the time he threw it to home plate and it went over Real Muto's head, Pages was 2/3 of the way to first base. So he easily could have got him and ended the inning. And then who knows how many more we go from there. But I feel for the guy. I have to say, Nick Castellanos went straight to him after the game before he got even off the field. walked with him into the dugout. Thompson, the manager, met him at the top of the steps, talked him, and then brought him down. Like, everybody was around him.
It's not his fault they lost the whole series. That was a bad play.
They put him in bases loaded with 1 out or 2 outs. It wasn't like he put all those guys on himself. He got thrown into a terrible position and hoped for the best. At least that's why they put him out there. But at the end of the day, the Dodgers kind of sneak by. They've been kind of doing this. They're not playing great baseball all year.
They beat the shit out of the Reds, but
the Reds aren't.
But the Reds aren't that good.
Yeah, so
I agree.
I think if they play the Cubs or the Brewers, regardless of who comes out of Game 5 tomorrow, the Dodgers are going to have to play good, solid, like fundamental baseball to beat those teams 4 times. Like, those 2 teams are really good on defense. They don't make a lot of errors. They don't make a lot of mistakes.
Say that now.
I know their pitching is solid. Craig Counsell, who's managing the Cubs, has been there as a player, 2 World Series rings, 1 with Arizona. So there's a lot of, there should be a lot of anticipation and hopefully good things for Cubs, but going to Milwaukee's not going to be easy. Milwaukee at home is a whole different team. Their offense in the series at home in the first 2, 9-7 on the road, 3-0. So I don't really know what to expect out of Game 5 tomorrow. I just hope it's kind of similar to tonight's Game 5 and it goes down to the wire. So
yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to go 15, but let's make it tight in the 9th.
Yes. Tight in the 9th would be great. But unfortunately, I also don't want it to go 15 or 16 and blow through the bullpen because one of these teams has got to
play the Dodgers
on Monday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's the Cubs got to go to LA. If it's the Brewers, then at least the Brewers.
They stay home, wait for LA.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I feel really weird about tomorrow, but go NL Central teams. That's who I'm rooting for right now.
Yeah. The one thing I think that baseball would want is the Cubs have that Japanese pitcher, so there's a bunch of Japanese players.
And the right fielder, Suzuki.
Oh, okay. See?
So, yeah.
Look at that.
Cubs Dodgers would be a lot. Oh, that'd be huge ratings in Japan. My God.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, just have the Dodgers on. It's huge ratings. Yeah, but still, it's insane. But good for them. So Game 5 tomorrow. What time is it? Like afternoon or
it's a 5 o'clock game. Let's see.
5. Okay, that makes sense.
It's a Saturday. It's got to be the main game of the day. Yep, 8:08 Eastern. So 5 o'clock our time.
Okay, so let's do a prediction then. Let's stay in the NL because obviously we already know who the matchup is in the American League. Dodgers Cubs. Who wins? And then how many?
Cubs, if it's in, Cubs are not going to get swept. It'll be Dodgers in 6 if it goes Dodgers Cubs.
Dodgers Brewers, who wins and how many? That one's I think that one's a little tighter.
Dodgers in 7. As much as I hate to say that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on those 2 matchups? I don't want the Dodgers to win either, but I think they will.
Yeah, I truly don't know it completely who I think, but I initially picked the Dodgers, like months ago to go to the World Series. And I don't see either of these 2 teams stopping them, is what I'll say. Yeah. I do think it'll be a lot harder than what the Phillies and the Reds have done to them. Let me just put it this way. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit harder than what the Phillies and Reds have. Okay, real quick. When I was in Arizona like months ago, I decided to throw in a parlay of championship teams.
Oh, that's right.
This is not a good start for us as fans.
Oh, no.
Okay. I said, the first team that will finish is going to be the WNBA, Minnesota Lynx. Didn't even make it to the finals. All right. Second team, baseball is going to finish Philadelphia Phillies. All right. Didn't even make it to the championship series. Unfortunately, I have the Lakers winning the championship, so I hope I didn't just jinx the entire series or season. I'm sorry.
Because that's the only one you're going to get right on the parlay. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. You know what? Down. Then I'm great parlay. Perfect parlay. Don't even care. Waste the $5. Luckily, that's all it was. So I'm unfortunately I'm gonna have to stick with the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers. I think they'd win in. So it'd be, what is it, 2-3-2 or 2-2-1-1-1? 2-3-2. So I think they would win. I'd say, I'm not gonna lie. I think they'd take the Brewers in. No, the Brewers would be tough. I'd say Brewers in 7 too. I'd say they pull something off at the end, but I do think they'd take Cubs in like 5. I think that I don't know what it is. I don't know much about the Cubs, and there's a reason. The Brewers had that crazy win. Wasn't it the only team to have like 2 15-game win streaks or double-digit wins? So I just know that they're a lot more ready, I guess you could say. They've been in the not the Cubs haven't been in the postseason lately, but the Brewers have been like every freaking year. They've just been in it and can't get over the hump. And so that one I think would push it, but I think Dodgers in 7 if they play the Brewers, Dodgers in 5 if they play the Cubs. Either way, I think the Dodgers are in the series, which is not that great, but let's move over to the American League. Who do you think they would play in this fun matchup that you talked about? Best two teams in baseball, best two teams in the American League all year, 1 and 2 respectively in the standings at the end. Obviously, Blue Jays host being the number 1 seed. Game 1 would be Sunday, like we talked about.
God, it's gonna be too loud.
Do you think the Mariners have a chance like that? I mean, especially after a long bid like this. They're at least losing Game 1, I'm assuming, right?
Well, I don't know. I feel like they're either going to go into Game 1 and they're going to get obliterated
hot still
because they don't have any pitching, or they're going to come in with some momentum of like, we weren't supposed to be here, even though we're the higher seed and we should have lost that game like 3 times, whatever. And then they go in there and they shock the world in Game 1. But then Toronto wakes up and wins Game 2. So we go to Seattle tied at 1 apiece, I think, regardless of what happens. Oh, man, Toronto. I don't know. I guess I've kind of been, low key picking and rooting for the Mariners, especially because the Diamondbacks traded Naylor and Suarez. There's a couple of former guys there. Actually, it was funny. Somebody posted a tweet the other day. It was a picture of them during the game. Like, if you look at this picture at the right angle, it looks like they're on the Diamondbacks because they're wearing teal. It's not the right color. It's very so in a weird way, I'm rooting for Seattle for that. I think the Kyle Raleigh story has been fantastic, and all year I think it'd be great for him to finish it all the way through and at least get to the World Series.
Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like Toronto's going to win the AL, though. I don't know. There's just something about
they look
Toronto. They're just solid. The offense is stacked. It's a crazy lineup. They didn't even have Bo Bichette on the roster in the ALDS, and he had 90 RBIs this year. So they have a lot of options and things to work with, and I think they have a better squad overall compared to the Seattle Mariners. But we'll see. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, to your point, bro, October baseball is anything. It's all about pitching. The Mariners have decent pitching, but I think the Blue Jays is a little bit deeper. And I think you were telling me a little bit more before we started recording. It's a very even lineup. Like the Blue Jays lineup, they don't have the top 4 MVPs at the top of their lineup like a freaking Dodgers lineup, but they also don't drop off too much further. Now, granted, there's some decent hitters that aren't like Teoscar Hernandez, not an MVP, but is a monster that you don't want to see, with people on second and third. But I do think the Blue Jays pull it off. My initial prediction at the beginning of this year, so this is why I'm a little bit torn, was Dodgers Yankees, but I also had like my little half point for the Mariners, right? Because I was like, I don't know, something about the Mariners is telling me something again this year because they've been close, and I just had a weird feeling that they're gonna do that weird midseason acquisition that they've been trying to do every year, and they did. And of course, they took from our team, but regardless, it's good for them. But at the same time, I had a feeling about the NL or the AL East, which would then be that's why I picked the Yankees because I was like, this is a very tough division. If they're going to be coming out in first place at the well, it wasn't them, but it was another team from the AL East. So now I'm kind of torn. But if I had to choose, I do think it's going to be the Blue Jays. As much as I'm probably going to be actually, I'm rooting for whoever's going to beat the freaking Dodgers, bro. That's all I'm rooting for.
Dude, it's so funny. When the first series against Cincinnati started, obviously I was in the office, and the Jeanette, who sits next to me, her and her husband are Dodger fans. So every day I was like, I'm leaving off, so all right, go Reds. And then they lost, and I was like, fuck, all right. So go Phillies. And then I was like, all right, so now I'm rooting for whoever wins Game 5 tomorrow. Go Cubs, which, you mentioned your picks back in April. You were pretty close. I had Cubs and Tigers, so I still got one team alive, and the other one.
Tigers were this freaking close, man. 15 innings to take them out. So
I could have had both still, but I got at least one still alive. So I hope the Cubs get there, but with you, I'm with you. Dodgers are just so good, and it's so annoying because that bullpen has been bullshit fire all year.
Oh, so bad.
And now that doesn't even matter. They're just going to all these starters and Sasaki because he's a starter. They've turned into a closer, and I mean, just so frustrating.
3 MVPs at the top of a lineup. Like, what are we doing?
I mean,
that's insane.
You talked about it. You could say Teoscar is an MVP caliber. At least he was last season. So that's 4. Yeah. Will Smith, if he's healthy, plays
one of the best hitting catchers in the league.
Yeah, that's 5 guys right off the top. But I just said that's more than half the lineup. Kike Hernandez is fucking Reggie Jackson in October. In
it's insane, bro. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
He has like a 100 batting average for 162 games, and all of a sudden it turns October, he's batting 400. You're just like, what the fuck happened to this guy?
I don't know. And it's weird too, because like I know he doesn't play every day for the 162, but he does play, I would say, at least 40, 50 games he probably starts, and then plays and gets thrown into a couple other, like another 20 or 30. So half the games you're in and you're batting that much. But yeah, I don't know. The calendar flips, he goes up, Kershaw goes down. So whatever.
Yeah. Shout out to my friend Jasmine, huge Dodger fan, huge Mariner fan. So she's got both of her teams kind of riding deep into the postseason sunset.
If it's Mariners, Dodgers in the World Series, and we're just doing Pacific Coast travel up and down,
that's nice.
That's gonna be great. Every game's gonna be at 5:00 our time with the sun out instead of 8:00 on the East. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Beautiful. And who cares about the East Coast? East Coast, least coast. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta wait till 1 p.m. in the afternoon to watch football on Sunday. That's stupid. You should wake up at 10.
Sounds terrible. Sounds like you could wake up at exactly, and then just like, click, already got it going. The only thing that they have over us, and it's not really that big of a deal, is I'm not waking up at 6:30 in the morning to watch the European games.
Oh, fuck
that.
I mean? No. I'll wake up at 9, and if it's halftime or almost near the end, I'll watch whatever's left. I'm not waking up early for that, especially if it's Minnesota,
Browns, Vikings.
I don't care about any of those teams. What are we doing here? Give me some good matchups over there. God.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Wake up.
Okay, so we've both got Dodgers, Blue Jays is what I've kind of picked. You picked Cubs, Mariners. Is that what you're hoping for?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I just think it's going to be Toronto, Dodgers, like you do.
I think it's going to be opposite. Yeah.
I'm going opposite of you just because I want to see Cubs, Mariners. Why not? I'm still, again, former D-backs all on the Mariners. Craig Counsell coaching the Cubs. I've always got a soft spot for Craig, so I'm kind of rooting for the 3 former D-backs that are involved with these teams. Otherwise,
I like that.
Anybody but
I'm kind of rooting for the Mariners,
right?
And I'm rooting for, like you said, I don't care. I don't go Cubs, go Brewers, go anyone. Don't care.
All 29 teams except LA Dodgers.
Yeah. Also, I'll throw it in there. They haven't been good lately, but I'm just not a fan. Actually, there's 2 more teams. I hate the Giants. I'm not a fan of the Giants. All their NorCal shit that they bring down here. I'm just like, bro, you guys aren't even real fans. You guys just, they're in the postseason. Let me get my Giants hat on. Get out of here. And then obviously the Yankees. Never been a Yankees fan. Big Yankee hater. So
it helps
Dodgers number 1.
Dethroned them in 2001 anyway, so that hate can just kind of it's not a big deal.
That's right.
If they would have beat us, that hate would be way worse. It's like the Rams for me in the Super Bowl and the Titans. Although I don't hate them as much now that they're here. They're kind of cool, but
kind of cool.
Still like, that was our one chance. You got another one. What the hell?
It's true. It's true. Well, that kind of catches everybody up on baseball postseason. We haven't done a lot because they kind of roll through the wild card round super quick. Obviously, a best of 3 series, and even these were pretty quick. Even if a couple of them are going 5 games, it still seemed to just like kind of happen. So we were supposed to have an episode last week, so if you missed it, that's our bad. The guy that we were interviewing, great guy. We've interviewed him before, so make sure you check back in for him.
We're working on
he was working. He had a busy day that day. He had to stay late. So
he got called in to work an LA Galaxy game last minute, and he was like, "Dude, I can do it after." I was like, "Yeah," and then we didn't realize it was some kind of League Cup game, and there was a celebration after, and so I talked to him the next day. He's like, "Bro, I didn't leave till like 12:30." I was like, "All right, well, no big deal." Yeah. So we're working on it this month. Keep posted. Working on a couple other interviews as well. So we got some things coming.
Exactly. But while we're talking about baseball, let us know in the comments below who you've got making it to the World Series, and maybe not who you want, but who do you actually have?
Yeah, and hit us up on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, RVUFTB, and tell us who's going to beat the Dodgers. Please tell me somebody's going to beat them 4 times. Please.
I was hoping the Phillies. The Phillies was it, man. The Phillies was it.
Son of a bitch.
Oh well. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Thank you as always for seeing these from RV from the bench. I'm Brendan.
I'm Corey. Like we always say, enjoy the sports until we talk again.
Peace.
This was a Sycamore 4th Studios production.